Sometimes a story comes along that just makes you stop and think about things a little differently.
Right.
And this is one of those stories. We're talking about someone whose voice was literally everywhere in the 90s.
Yeah.
If you lived through that decade, you just couldn't escape it. Dawn Robinson, one of the lead singers of En Vogue.
En Vogue. Wow, what a group.
I mean, hold on, my lovin'.
Yeah.
Those songs are totally iconic. They defined a whole era.
Absolutely anthems.
And now, fast forward to the present day, and we find Dawn facing a really tough situation,
Yeah.
living out of her car. It's a stark contrast, isn't it?
Yeah.
And it kind of makes you wonder how life can take such unexpected turns.
Well, it's interesting. When we first heard about this, our initial reaction was, sadness and concern.
Right, of course.
But as we dug deeper into Dawn's story, what really struck us wasn't the tragedy of it all, but her amazing resilience.
Yeah.
It made us want to shift this deep dive away from the specifics of her situation and more towards a broader conversation about overcoming adversity.
Exactly. Because, her story, it's not just about her. It's a powerful reminder for all of us that life can throw curveballs,
It can.
no matter who you are or what you've achieved.
It's true.
And it's really about how we choose to respond to those challenges.
I mean, think about it. En Vogue, they were at the top of the music world.
Oh yeah, they were global superstars.
Selling millions of records, winning awards, performing for huge crowds. And now to picture Dawn in this completely different reality,
It is a pretty jarring image, isn't it?
it really highlights the unpredictable nature of life.
And the fact that hardship doesn't discriminate.
No, not at all.
It can touch anyone, even those who seem to have it all.
Exactly.
But here's the thing that really stood out to me, and maybe you can speak to this a little bit. Dawn hasn't given up.
No, not at all.
In fact, she seems incredibly determined to rise above this challenge.
Right.
She's not letting it define her.
Absolutely not.
And she even said something really powerful in a recent video. She said, "It's not woe is me. I'm learning about who I am."
Wow. That's pretty profound, isn't it? It's like she's choosing to see this difficult time as an opportunity for self-discovery.
Exactly. And for growth.
Yeah.
It's not about dwelling on the negative,
Yeah.
but finding a way to move forward and learn from the experience.
Right. It's about taking ownership of your situation.
And, it made me think about all those other stories we hear about people who have overcome incredible odds.
Like athletes who bounce back from career-ending injuries, or entrepreneurs who lost everything and built themselves back up.
It's like there's this common thread of resilience that runs through all these stories.
I think it comes down to mindset.
Mindset.
Yeah, it's about having that unwavering belief in yourself and in the possibility of a better future. Even when things seem really tough, they don't lose sight of that.
And, it's not just about personal survival either.
Yeah.
Dawn has talked about wanting to use her experience to help others,
That's amazing.
to inspire those who might be going through their own struggles. She wants her story to be a beacon of hope.
And that's so important, especially now when so many people are facing challenges like, mental health issues, financial instability, homelessness.
Right, and there's still so much stigma around these topics.
There is. But when someone like Dawn, someone who has achieved such a high level of success, is willing to be open about her struggles, it really helps to break down those barriers.
And it can encourage others to seek help and to realize that they're not alone.
Absolutely.
So, as we're talking about all this, I'm wondering what our listeners are taking away from this deep dive. What are some practical things people can learn from Dawn's experience?
I think one of the biggest takeaways is the power of vulnerability. It takes a lot of courage to open up about your struggles,
It does.
but by sharing her story, Dawn has connected with people in a really deep way, and she's received so much support because of it.
Right. And it shows that asking for help is not a sign of weakness.
It's not. It's actually a sign of strength.
And it can lead to unexpected sources of help and support.
It can. You never know who might be willing to lend a hand.
Absolutely. Another thing that struck me about Dawn's story is her focus on growth. Even in the midst of this difficult situation, she's committed to learning and evolving.
It's like she's turning this challenge into an opportunity for personal development.
Yeah. She's not just surviving, she's thriving.
And that's something we can all apply to our own lives. When we face challenges, we can choose to see them as opportunities to learn and grow.
And that could mean anything from acquiring new skills to changing our perspective to simply building our resilience.
It's about coming out the other side stronger than before.
Right. And finally, I think it's important to remember the power of gratitude.
Gratitude.
Yeah. Even when things are really tough, there's always something to be grateful for.
That's true.
And focusing on those things can help us stay positive and hopeful.
It can. It can help shift our perspective and remind us of the good things in our lives.
Exactly. And, it's important to note that Dawn's story is still being written. This isn't a tragedy. It's a testament to the human spirit's ability to overcome adversity.
And to the power of hope.
It's like that En Vogue song, Hold On, is playing out in her life in real time.
It is.
It's a reminder that we all have that inner strength to keep going, even when things get tough.
We do.
So, as we wrap up this deep dive, I think the key message here is about resilience.
It is.
Dawn's story shows us that even when life throws us a curveball, we have the capacity to bounce back. We can find strength and meaning in the face of challenges.
And we can use those challenges as opportunities for growth.
Exactly. So, as you go about your day-to-day, think about what you can take away from Dawn's experience. How can you approach your own challenges with that same spirit of resilience and hope?
It's a good question to consider, isn't it? How will we each face our own inevitable setbacks? Will we allow ourselves to be defeated, or will we choose to rise above them, learning and growing along the way? Dawn Robinson's story is a powerful reminder that we all have that choice to make.
It is. And on that note, we'll leave you to ponder that. Until next time.
Take care.
Thanks for joining today's chat on Your Daily English Spark. If you enjoyed this session and want to keep improving your English, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. What topic would you like us to cover next? Let me know in the comments. And don't miss our next episode, where we'll dive into mastering small talk. See you next time.